Hey everyone, Dan Oesch, candidate for state senate. Went out to my mailbox the other weekend and I got this mailer from my opponent, Chris Afendoulis. Really interesting. He calls it his Afendoulis. What Chris really should have called it was things he failed to address in his time as a state rep. Chris wants to pretend that these issues are a top priority for him and his campaign when he didn't fix any of them while he was a state representative. The top lie on here, and the easiest one to spot, is that Chris claims that he's going to reform no fault within the state of Michigan. Chris had the best opportunity this state has had to reform no fault. House Bill 5013. House Bill 5013 was the best chance that this state has had to reform no fault, and Chris Afendoulis was one of only a handful of Republicans to vote against this bill. Chris has also published no actual plan to reform no fault within the state of Michigan. One of the most interesting claims on Chris's mailer, as somebody who actually is a numbers guy and has an MBA, is that Chris secured $305 million in funding for Kent County roads. I just don't buy that. When you look at the actual number of total operating revenue for Kent County Road Commission from 2016 to 2018, it's slightly over $198 million. So what Chris is saying is that he single-handedly brought in $305 million to Kent County, which is more than the total operating revenue of the Kent County Road Commission. Chris also makes the claim that he wants to fix the roads. During Chris's time as a state rep, one of the main ways that he went about doing that was voting for the gas tax. 80% of voters said no to the gas tax. 80% of us said no, and Chris Afendoulis overrode us. It seems that one of the main ways that Chris Afendoulis goes about fixing things is through taxing and spending. We can't afford Chris Afendoulis. We need new leadership. We need somebody who's going to take on the issues, somebody who's going to deal in facts, and someone the voter can trust. On August 7th, please vote for Dan Oesch. Thank you, and have a great night.